Gotta have a recording. So let's do the candle blessing from the top. Let's just get into our space again. We're going to welcome the Shabbat with the kindling of Shabbat light. And just like that cloud that we stepped into with God's presence, now we welcome God's presence with light. Page 3. Did you already read the reading? Yes, please.
As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we, in our own day, be among those who kindle light.
Thank you. Oh, hear our prayer, we sing to you. Be gracious to the ones we love, and bless them with goodness and mercy and peace. Oh, hear our prayer to you. Let us light these lights and see the way to you, and let us say Amen. Let us light these lights and see the way to you, and let us say Amen. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu להדליק נר, שידליק נר של שבת. You have a beautiful voice. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom. Well, she does have a very, very beautiful voice. We are going to continue with Psalm 133. This is sort of the official beginning of our Jewish gospel service tonight with a song that I wrote to interpret this psalm. It's called Hallelujah, Behold How Good. And I have a special guest behind me. You may know him already. He's very well known to you, but maybe our friends on Zoom might not. Our friend Andy Friedman is going to be on clarinet. So here it is, Hallelujah, Behold How Good. And it's on your song sheet as well. You should find it, I think it's number 2. Great. Hallelujah, 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 amen. You can sing it, it's really easy. Hallelujah, 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 amen. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. clapping is part of Judaism with the Hasidic Jews clap. Clapping is part of gospel. So Jospel has to have a clap to it. So anytime you feel like dancing or clapping tonight, please do so. As we welcome the Shabbat bride, Lecha Dodi, I can't think of a better prayer that we could clap and that we could dance to. Lecha Dodi, the piyut that was written to usher in the Shabbat bride. And this setting I know you're going to love because Andy's going to start it for us. It's a setting by Craig Talman, and it goes like this. Page number 20 and 21. listen to read for us at the bottom of 31. Bottom of 31.
This is an hour of change. Within it we stand uncertain on the border of light. Where shall our hearts turn? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? This is the hour of change, and within it we stand quietly on the border of light. What lies before us? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? Baruch atah Adonai Amorim I can't see it. Harabim.
On your song sheet, there is a beautiful chant. Open up our eyes, open up our eyes. Join me. Open up our eyes, teach us how to live. Fill our hearts with joy and all the love you have to give. Gather us in peace, gather us in peace, as you lead us to your name, as you lead us to your name. And we will know that you are one. One more time, chant with me. Open up our eyes, teach us how to live. Fill our hearts with joy and all the love you have to give. Gather us in peace as you lead us to your name, and we will know that you are one. We will know that you are one. We will know that you are. As we rise as one congregation and feel yourself step into that pillar of smoke that signifies God's presence. Step into the pillar as we recite these ancient holy words of our faith together. The Shema on page 34 and 35. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kavod Malchuto Leolam Vaed. Baruch Shem Kavod Malchuto Leolam Vaed. Please be seated. With all your heart. When I do that, that always means you're going to sing. With all your heart. With all your heart. With all your soul. With all your soul. With all your might. With all your might. With all your strength. With all your strength. With all your heart. With all your heart. With all your soul. With all your soul. With all your might. With all your strength. Love Adonai, כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתיכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם emet. And we have a reading at the top of 39 to lead us into the Michamocha prayer. Craig Lieberman.
Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands and marching together.
Thank you. One of my favorite prayers for the Michamocha, to an old gospel tune, Wade in the Water. It's in your song sheet, so I hope that you can follow with me. It goes like this. Wade in the water, wade in the water, children, wade in the water. God's gonna travel the water, wade in the water, wade in the water, children, wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water. Who is like you, Adonai? Wade in the water. None is like you, none at all. God's gonna trouble the water. You know this. Wade, it's not the orange song sheet, it's not on there, it's the other one. Wade in the water, children, it's not on there. Wade in the water, bummer. God's gonna trouble, you see what I mean? Water. Michamocha ba'elim Adonai. God's gonna trouble the water. You don't need no stinking song sheet. None is like you. Michamocha nedar v'kodesh. God's gonna trouble. See what I mean? We can do this. Wade in the water. Wade in the water, children. Wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water, that's for sure. Freedom's call is in the air. God's gonna trouble the water. Miracles are everywhere. God's gonna trouble the water. Wade in the water. Wade in the water, children. Wade in the water. God's gonna trouble 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 the water. Praise are you, Yah, Redeemer, Redeemer of Israel. Now we turn, my friends, to our covenant with God, to Vishamru, B'nai Israel, et Shabbat. We shall keep the Shabbat. That's why we're all here. It is our Barit for all time, our covenant for all time. And so we have this wonderful arrangement I wrote the arrangement, but Andy's gonna play the clarinet part. I'm just gonna tune real quick because I don't know the tune. This is a brand new guitar I just bought today at the guitar store over in town. Do you like it? Yeah, then you like it? It sounds pretty good, huh? Yeah, we should all go over to that guitar store and say thank you for having that perfect guitar for Reb Lisa. Everybody knows who I am, right? I don't think I even introduced myself, so I apologize for that. I was a little flustered at the beginning, and maybe we were on mute and you didn't hear, but I'm Reb Lisa Levine. This is Andy Friedman, and we're going to do Vishamra. Are you ready?
I am. Are you?
2, 3, go. Vishamra, Vishamra, and Yisrael, and the Shabbat, and the Shabbat. Page 44, Vishamra, 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 and Yisrael, and the Shabbat, and the Prayer invites God's presence to suffuse our spirits, God's will to prevail in our lives. Prayer may not bring water to parched fields, nor mend a broken bridge, nor rebuild a ruined city. But prayer can water an arid soul, mend a broken heart, and rebuild a weakened will. As we rise, my friends, for our tefillah, beginning on page 46, you may pray the words on the page in Hebrew with me as I chant, or pray the words on the left side of the page that are in English, or you may pray the words that are in your heart, but we will begin together. Adonai sefatai pita ufi yagid ilatem. Adonai sefatai pita ufi yagid ilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu Elohei Abraham Elohei Yitzchak Elohei Yaakov טובים וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לפני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה. מלך חוזר, מושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם בעזרת שרה. פ"ד אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, בחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע, משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם. מחכה חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, תומך בנופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בגיבורו ומדומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמנתה להחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני בחיי הכל. Page 52. You are holy, your name is holy, and we celebrate your holiness day by day. You are holy, your name is holy, and we celebrate your holiness day by day. You are holy. You are holy, your name is holy, and we celebrate your holiness day by day. You are holy, your name is holy, and we celebrate your holiness. We celebrate your holiness. We celebrate your holiness day by day. Baruch atah Adonai ha'el ha'kadosh. And please be seated. Shirley Egrich, please come forward and read top of 55. Be careful coming through. You want to come through on this side if you're coming here. Don't trip over the wires. Go on the, yeah, either go along the side. That's great.
May these hours of rest and renewal open up our hearts to joy and our minds to truth. May all who struggle find rest on this day. May all who suffer find solace. May all who hurt find healing on this day. May all who despair find purpose. May all who hunger find fulfillment on this day. And may this day fulfill its promise. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh ha-Shabbat.
Please take a few moments for personal and silent prayer. reaching for peace in our lives. We're reaching for peace in our community, reaching for peace all around the world. And let us say, amen. We're reaching for peace. We're reaching for peace in our lives, reaching for peace. We're reaching for peace in our community, reaching for peace all around the world. And let us say, amen. Send a little peace on down. Send a little peace on down. Send a little peace on down. Help us to reach for peace. Send a little peace on down. Send a little peace on down. Send a little peace on down. Help us to reach for peace. Send a little peace on down. Send a little peace on down. Send a little peace on down. Help us to reach for peace. Send a little peace on down. Send a little peace on down. Send a little peace on down. Help us to reach for peace. Thank you, Andy. You're amazing. Isn't that wonderful? We continue with prayers of healing, and I'm going to invite Joy Birnbaum in a moment to share some names that are on our Misha Barak list from our community. I'll also give those in the Zoom room an opportunity to put your names in the chat, and I will also invite people around the congregation to do that. And afterwards, we will sing a prayer that is very special to me. It's called Bring Healing Down. I wrote this prayer when I was a chaplain at Georgetown MedStar University Hospital, and I had been visiting a gentleman who had a very bad leg infection, and I was following him, you know. And one day when I went in, his leg was gone. And he looked up at me and he said, "Chaplain, I'm so happy to see you. Made my day. I'm so grateful that you were here. I just need a little," I asked him what he needed, and he said, "You know what? I just need a little healing to come on down." And so that's when I wrote this prayer for him, and we're going to sing it tonight after these names are called. Can you come to this mic so everybody can hear you? And then I'll have you go back.
Rich Basler, Suzanne Villado, Laura Bennett, Barbara Budd, Tony Cavalieri, Dick Charlton, Linda Cohn, Rylan Connell, Nick DiLoretto, Nancy Elmer, Maria Farmicas, Marcy Finkel, Shane Finkel, Asher Fox, Lori Friedman, Daisy Aguilera Gorski, Richard Horowitz, Sharon Hubert, Lenny Jacobs, Craig Joseph, Bonnie Katz, Evan Katz, Jennifer Kreisler, Robert Kroll, Morris Levine, Robert Levine, Randy Liu, Randy Marshall, Rose Miglino, Linda Milch, Terry Millard, Arlene Morgan, Jack Nora, David Nemerson, Dan O'Reilly, Eileen Brenda, Vicki Rich, Jerry Roberts, Joseph Rosica, Kat Satterley, Maxine Shears, Janet Solomon, Gary Silverman, Sheldon Ulrich, Sherry and Paul Wallach, Phyllis Walner, Ken Workman, and Bruce York.
And is there anyone in the congregation you'd like to call for healing? Here, checking over, and thank you. Shirley.
Martha Williams, Julie Lars, and Jerry McGrath.
Thank you.
Tim Spragley. Rebecca Lang.
Thank you, Diane Klein. And is there anyone in the chat room and someone back there? Thank you. We call all of these people in our hearts for healing as we bring healing down. Bring healing down. Bring healing down. Misha Bera. Bring healing down. Bring wholeness down. Bring wholeness down. Refresh my mind. Bring wholeness down. Bring hope down. Bring hope down. Take new. Bring hope down. Bring freedom down. Bring freedom down. One take new. Bring freedom down. Bring justice down. Bring justice down. Set bring justice down. Hallelujah, hallelujah, bring healing down. Bring healing down. Misha Bera. Bring healing down. May all those in need of healing find the healing they seek, and let us all say, Amen. How are we doing on time? You know, I know we're gonna try to get to an hour tonight, right? I have a really short debar. Would you like to hear why I started writing this music? I can tell you about it and then sing a really short song. And then tomorrow we're gonna be studying some Torah together. We're gonna learn all about the Hebrew calendar and why are there 2 Adars? So come on in at 10 in the morning and we'll do some Torah together. When you hear the term Jospel or gospel, you may either think about the writings of Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, or a more common style of music you associate with African American worship, right? Gospel. From my perspective, it is a style, not a religious connotation that makes this music so unique. For almost 35 years, I prayed in and shared worship in lots of African Methodist Episcopal churches. That journey began when I launched my career in Dallas and continued in the many cities where I connected with African church music ministers. Along the way, I've had the joy and opportunity to work with African American church choirs for large and small prayer services and large community events. Many times I've been the only white person present at these events. And while I sometimes might have felt like a fish out of water, more often than not, I was welcomed with open arms like a queen into the midst of the congregation. Each and every time I came out of that experience totally uplifted, inspired, and spiritually moved, as well as musically invigorated. I would invariably come away with a new style, a new melody, a new idea for bringing that joy and jubilation into Jewish melody and prayer. And this service represents a small taste of the more than 3 decades of collecting these styles and melodies and fusing them with Jewish music so that my choirs and my youth choirs and my adult choirs and my congregations could sing together with African American choirs and everyone would feel comfortable. So all of these styles include things like modal improvisation, which Judaism has Jewish modes, and in the African American church or the gospel music. Gospel music relies heavily on improvisation, and so does our music. Freedom and justice are common themes in Jewish and gospel. Cantors sing amen and hallelujah a lot. Have you noticed that? At least I do. And gospel is based upon these two words. In fact, if anybody's been in church, you might know that you could spend a whole hour on just one word, hallelujah. I love it. Clapping, introduced in the Hasidic movement, the ecstatic form of prayer. I just always love it. Gospel music always includes some sort of clapping. Movement, okay, we have a little bit of movement. You know, we do bowing, but if you've been to church, you know that the church choirs move a lot more than we do. And I've adapted that movement in my choirs too. You'll see, if you look at some of my YouTube videos, you'll see my choirs moving that way. And finally, this gesture we call the mudra in yoga. This is actually a mudra in yoga, but in church, we hold our hands up for blessing. And in Judaism, we have a similar mudra. It's our blessing mudra. And so I invite you to invoke that mudra. Just put your hands up. When we do reaching for peace, why not bring a little peace on down or bring healing down? So just raise your hands up and see how it feels. Just bring that cloud right into the hands and then bring that into the heart center. Yeah, you gather that in, and you know that that happens a lot. So this is a song that I wrote that I'm going to end this little talk with. It's called I Can Hear God's Joyful Music. Actually, it was written with my partner, Lynn Metrick, Zichronah Livracha. She is no longer in this iteration of Planet. But I love this song because we can always sing it in church, but we can also sing it in synagogue. And there's a little chorus that goes, sing hallelujah, sing hallelujah. You'll know when it comes around, you'll be able to sing that. Okay. You can sing all of it, but it goes like this. I can hear God's joyful music in my soul. I can hear God's joyful music in my soul each day and every night. My spirit soars with pure delight, 'cause I can hear God's joyful music in my soul. I can hear the cry of freedom in my soul. I can hear the cry of freedom in my soul each day and every night. I hear it soar with freedom's light. I can hear the cry of freedom in my soul. Here it comes. Sing hallelujah. Sing hallelujah. Sing hallelujah. Remember that clapping? Sing hallelujah in my soul. Sing hallelujah. Sing hallelujah. Sing hallelujah in my soul. I can hear the call for justice in my soul. I can hear the call for justice in my soul each day and every night. I see the path to what is right, 'cause I can hear the call for justice in my soul. And I can hear the ring of peace in my soul. Can you hear it? I can hear it. I can hear the ring of peace in my soul each day and every night. I pray for peace with all my might, 'cause I can hear the ring of peace in my soul. Sing hallelujah, sing hallelujah. I can't play this. Sing hallelujah in my soul. Sing hallelujah. gather that spirit together as we head into our concluding prayers. We will rise for Elena, which is on page 282. 282, please rise. Alein Shabbat Adon Hakol, Latei Dilani Otevreshi, Shelo Asanu Kigoye Ha'aratzot, Velo Samanu Kishmakot Ha'adama, Shelo Sam Kelkenu Kahe, Vegor Aleinu Kechol Hamonam, Va'anachnu Korim Umishtabim Umodim, Lifnei Melech Malchei HaMelachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Please be seated. On that day, 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 we'll have everything we need. The air and the water will be clean. Bayom ha'uri yeh Adonai, echad shemo echad. Come on that day, 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 we'll have everything we need. On that day, on that We recall those who are no longer with us in body, but their spirit remains. As I call Michelle forward to read the names for our yard sites, tonight we remember those who are always in our hearts. I'm just going to do a very quick little song that is one of my favorites. We remember, we remember, we remember, yes we do. We remember all of you. We remember, we remember, we remember, yes we do. We remember all of you. Sweet, we remember.
Edward Woolman, Temple Beth Elohim member, J.J. Hayden, Eric Hayden's father and my uncle, Gloria Richmond, Temple Beth Elohim, Annette Schultz, and Esther Franzblau Sowolowski, Adele Franzblau's aunt.
Are there any other names you would like to call for yard check? Thank you. And anyone in the chat have any names to call for yard site tonight?
I don't see any.
All of our loved ones are a blessing. As we rise together as one congregation and join in the Kaddish prayer, page 294, 294. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei Rabbah, ve'almad yirach hirutei v'yamlik malchutei, v'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei v'chol beit Yisrael, v'agalau v'zman kavit v'yimru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah v'barach ve'olam v'omei amaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitahar v'yithoman v'yitnaseh, V'yitadar, v'yitaleh, v'yitalach, shemei kudashah, ve'elam min kol birkata, v'shirata, v'shtushbachata, v'nechemata, v'hamayan, v'yamal, v'yimutu, amen. V'hei shlam v'cha mishmaya, v'chayim aleinu v'yalkol Yisrael, Jima, amen. Oseh shalom v'bracha, uya asher shalom, aleinu v'yalkol Yisrael. And let us say, and let us say, Amen. And let us say, and let us say, Amen. And let us say, and let us say, and let us say, Amen. Zichronam lebracha. May all of our loved ones be for a blessing, and together we say, Amen. Briefly be seated for a few announcements. Do we have any announcements? We could go right into the Kiddush and Motzi, and then we would be ready to have a little social time in the social hall. I think we have, is there anything going on that everyone, besides tomorrow morning?
Well, I just wanted to say thanks to everyone for being here tonight, because it really makes it nice to look out and see our temple family all together. And Rabbi Cantor Lisa will be back again for Purim, which is March, and I think we'll be back on March 18th and 19th.
Correct. We're going to do a Disney Shabbat, which you have to be at and wear a costume. It's going to be right here in the sanctuary. And then a Beatles Purim, everybody. A Beatles Purim. And if you want to be in that little spiel, let me know, because we've got parts for everybody. It's going to be really fun.
I want to be Haman.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, I already have you pegged. No, I'm kidding. You're not Haman.
But anyway, I just wanted to say thank you very much. Rabbi.
You're welcome. And tomorrow morning at 10, if you'd like to come and we will visit and learn together, that would be great too.
And one last thing, our wonderful tzedakah box right here.
And Andy Friedman, give it up for Andy, will you? Andy, I think you have a new career calling. I want to thank everybody on our Zoom room as well. I'm going to end the service, and then we're going to do the Kiddush and Motzi, okay? We're going to end sort of the way we started with the Hallelujah. Let's everybody stand up. We're going to just have a little Hallelujah and then a little Kiddush and Motzi. Here we go. Hallelujah, 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 Shabbat shalom, everyone, and thanks for being with us tonight. Thanks everybody who came into the Zoom. Really appreciate y'all, and we'll see you next time.